Also, there is something like Dave about that I can't quite place. Like, I don't know why it looks like Dave.
Did someone call you a vegetable head recently in a comment?
No. Oh, I did get. See, someone in TikTok said I look like a fucking mushroom, which is very rude.
Are we in the ocean, going somewhere in the ocean, or are we going somewhere on the land?
How are we getting there?
Well, you have your rowboat. You've been told to go to the northwest of the island to find the wreck of the Compass Rose on Dragonback Reef. So, all of you are level 2. All of you have healed yourselves with the powders and unguents that were given to you by Tarek. And you also have your Grindelweed. You have 2 serves of Grindelweed. You have your magical amulet. You don't know what that does yet.
And I got heaps of Grindelweed that I took from the pool. How much do I have?
You have 1 serve.
Oh, it's 1 serve.
Yeah, you have 2 servings of it. And
that's just one person can have that.
That's right. It'll let you breathe underwater for 24 hours.
What if we shared it and got it for 12 hours?
Then you can both slowly drown.
Okay, so
what have I got?
Okay.
What have you got? You got a dagger?
No, she doesn't.
You got that cool voice?
Mr. Pizza lost
No,
it.
Mr. Pizza very upsettingly dragged his dagger out again.
Oh, okay.
You gotta have that poison. We could poison
Oh, yeah,
the ship.
your poison. You need vinegar.
You will need vinegar.
Or we could just wee in our hands.
We can wee, or
Now,
we can wait
does
for
that
the
mean
wine to go bad.
hang on,
Do you
this
think
vinegar?
that? Do you
You
think
could wee
that
in my hand.
you wee vinegar, boy?
You could wee into my mouth, and we could put it in there.
Could wee into my mouth,
saying
and
that
then
you
we could go to the shops and buy some vinegar?
What you're saying is you want me to mix poison in your mouth?
No, all I'm saying is that I know that my friend once told me that when I was stung by a fantasy jellyfish, I had to wee on him because there was no vinegar
It just so
around.
happened he was stung on the tongue, was it?
So you're assuming there that what you actually just need is like an alkaline, and you're thinking that maybe you can make poison out of piss and violet fungus beads.
I suppose, yes.
Is vinegar acidic?
I'd say
Is it
was.
acidic or?
I'd say vinegar.
So it's
I thought,
Yeah.
no, you're
Well,
right.
use
It's
it
not an
as a
alkaline.
clean
Yeah. But piss is alkaline, is that right?
I don't know.
Let's keep it in our back.
Balls. No,
Keep it in our back balls.
that's not what piss goes.
Let's keep it in our balls and use it later.
You're not keeping your balls, Dad?
Keep it in your balls is a very. It's a funny thing to say to your partner when they're like,
Yeah.
"We were great together. Do you think maybe one day we might have kids?"
Keep it in your balls.
Keep it in your balls.
Keeping your balls, Derek?
Speaking of weird phrases, I had this written down from last week. I don't remember what it means. Noodles for my pizza friends.
Oh,
pizza
yeah.
for my noodle friends.
Yeah.
No idea what that meant.
That was something that we did together and I don't
It
remember
was
what
good.
it
You had a
means.
vending machine. It was a Chinese restaurant. It was very on the line. Yeah. We were having a lot of fun.
All
We were
right.
having a lot of fun. We were all...
So waves lap against a derelict ship lodged against a ridge of rocks and enormous dragon bones now petrified in the slowly setting sun. A faint odor of rot wafts on the sea air along with the sound of screeching seagulls and the roar of the surf. A tangled mess of tattered sails and rigging hangs off the starboard side of what is obviously a ruined merchant ship. Under the water you can see a deep gash where the reef hit the boat in a rather terminal fashion.
What did you find so funny about the word gash?
I saw a vagina under the water and I didn't want to say anything, but it's quite big. You see that?
Is it real or is it like a rock formation?
Wet.
I can't tell. It's a big wet gash.
The entire boat, by the way, is also sitting almost 45 degrees. The lower deck, the lower sort of brig will submerge under the water, but most of it, because it's fallen and collapsed on the reefs, is still above water, bleached in the sun.
And is there a ginger lady floating on our door?
No, there's no... Is she a ginger?
Yeah.
She had red hair?
Yeah.
I never watched that film.
Who are we
Well,
talking
then
about?
why did you seem so surprised she was a ginger?
It's set in the past.
Are you talking about
Yeah.
Ponyo's mum? What are we talking about?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
No,
Titanic.
Lucky Jack, that one.
Titanic?
Titanic. Rose, she's got ginger. She's ginger. She's on a door.
She's strawberry
The
blonde.
only media that I consume is Weird Al Yankovic.
What's a
So,
boat? I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
The boat is lapping about 15 feet away from the very uneven, as I said, 45-degree deck, which is still upright but is sort of above you. So you'd have to clamber onto the boat if you wanted to get on that way, or you need to think of another way to get on board.
And yep.
Sorry.
No, you.
Oh. Just remind me, what are we doing here?
You have two missions that you were given by Tarek.
We're
One of them
investigating.
just to
Dave
find
invited us over to play D&D.
in the year 2015.
Really?
So you have two missions. One of them is to find out why so many ships have been crashing on this reef.
Well, the reef?
But since the compass rose, there have been ships crashing weekly almost every time they are. Waves of undead attack the island, and the other reason is why there's fucking waves of undead attacking the island. Those are your two
Do it
missions.
think that the waves of undead are related to the poor souls who lost their lives on these ships?
Yeah.
We
Yes,
assume that they're being zombified, maybe by some evil spirit or a released virus into the air.
Something like that, or maybe they've got unfinished business. Don't crash the ship, that kind of thing.
So you think they died? They've been reanimated by the universe in order to not crash the ship.
Have you heard of our Lord and Saviour?
I will say actually that on the boat over, you found your old master's, your seminary textbooks, and
Mine?
yours, yeah, and there were old spells in the back of them that have never really made any sense to you. But since you almost died in the cave, you've been making a sort of half-assed attempt to learn some of them.
Which one am I? Which religion am I?
You are Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon.
I only have one religion I recognize. It's a little thing called Bahamut.
Really?
Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon.
That's what I meant.
That's what you're into too.
So perhaps it's some kind of, I don't know, spiritual thing where they're coming back, they're mucking about.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Please do.
I've leveled you up here, Simon, if you refresh.
Oh, thanks.
Are you like a guy when something's wrong with you, or are you like an alien that's fallen from the sky?
It is a personal question.
What?
Where are you from originally?
You can't ask that. Actually, I am neurodivergent, and it's not.
No, I don't mean I'm not trying to give you a diagnosis. I'm asking more about your actions. You walk around with turkey on your head, brushing your teeth.
You were very mysterious last episode. This episode, you've tried to kill yourself by plant, but I think this is fair to ask.
Driving around in your 3-wheel car, Mr. Pizza. What? What's your deal?
I'm just trying my best. I'm looking for something. I don't know what it is yet. All right.
In church all the time, singing real loud in the chorus and not knowing the other words of the verses.
I was meant to meet the Queen once, and I just had my penis out of
All
my
right, we're gonna stop now because this started as character building and this is now just Mr. Bean.
If I stick my head under the water, I got dark vision. Does that work with this is to get away from this, but it does work. Can I say like dark underwater?
Yeah. Do you wanna do
Can I
it?
stick my head under and just see what I can see?
All right, so you look under the water and you can see, as I said, that there is a big heavy gash in the side of the ship that is down on the lower brig that obviously crashed against the reef. It's open at its widest point a meter in width. It's a huge, obviously what sank the ship. Otherwise the ship looks mostly intact as far as you can tell.
What is the 45-degree angle, big hole that appears to just be the damage that sunk the ship? Is there a clear way in?
Well, you're gonna have to, if you want to clamber onto the deck, you can.
I wanna do a thing where I what's the front of the ship called?
I'm just googling it.
Yeah. The bow? The bow?
Real quick, it's
Wait,
the fore.
wait.
The fore.
The fore. Okay. That one's pointing up.
No. So it's on its sides.
Oh.
So the
Oh.
fore and the aft are both accessible, but they're about 10 feet above your heads. So you'd have to clamber up. You'd have to climb up there
I
somehow.
want to like monkey bars on. I reckon there's probably a railing on the upper, not in the water side, and I want to monkey bars.
Oh, the
across
deeper,
it.
yeah. So you're going to just go around to the deeper side on the starboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So you bring the boat around. Mr. Pizza decides to climb up. Make for me quickly an athletics check.
Okay. Which one athletics? Oh no.
Mr. Pizza's decided to be the first one on board the ship.
Ooh, it's an 18. It's 19 minus 1.
All right, Mr. Pizza clambers up. There are railings all along
Yeah.
the side. so they're sort of crackling under you. You realise that with too much pressure, they will splinter because they're so sun-bleached and damaged
Okay.
that they're in...
Well,
sort
I'd
of-
like to. I think I can distribute my weight, and I'm quite little.
No, you can. You rolled an 18. So if you'd rolled worse, you would have fallen into the water. But you clamber in, grab a hand blind onto the deck, try to grab something, but it's just like there's like weird pieces of driftwood or something
Okay.
on it. And so you find eventually something. You clamber up, and you realise as you scurry onto the deck that the scattered what you thought was driftwood
Bones.
are bleached bones.
Okay.
The entire deck is covered with old, shattered, cracked bones that have been dropped, it seems, from a great height. The rigging is old and desiccated. The mast with the crow's nest is still standing. In the distance, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Where's perception at? Oh yeah. 21.
21. All right, you can see that there are doors leading to what is presumably the forecastle, the captain's cabins. There are trapdoors leading deeper into the ship.
Okay.
And as you look around, because you rolled very well, you think you see something glittering in the crow's nest.
Okay. Well, I'm relaying this to these guys, but I do think I
Do
want.
it then, because it's a funny voice.
Oh, okay. I've been trying to make it more normal as
working.
it went along. Okay.
I want to hear Mr. Bean efficiently explain a Dungeons and Dragons encounter.
Well, there's a heck of a lot of bones on the deck here. There's something glittering up in the crow's nest, and I very much want to go up there.
You say there's a lot of bones there on that
Oh,
deck?
yes, there's a lot of
guess you
there's
could-
a lot of man sticks up here.
I guess you could call them a skeleton crew. What do y'all think of that?
You hear in the distance the
Just a bird dying?
bird dies, and then even further, in probably the distance, just over the water. Boo!
Everybody's a critic.
He's not wrong.
I'm thinking I want to scurry up to the crow's nest, but I'll do. What do you lot think?
Before you do that, would you mind if I threw you, say, 50 feet of rope or so, and we could clamber up easier than you did?
Well, I'll throw you my rope. How about that?
Splash.
I throw it into the water.
I was hoping you would hang on to the other end.
Okay, you lose your rope.
All right, and I'll just cross that off.
Yeah.
Do you think it's strong enough for us to climb?
Is there anything? Can I look
Hing
around?
is right. If you accept the rope that Hing is sending up, none of you will need to roll.
But is there anything that I can attach it to that'll
Yeah.
be strong enough? Because
Oh,
you'll
it's-
fuck us.
No,
You'll
no, no,
fuck
no.
us silly.
There are
She's turned hing.
there are mooring bars that are built in old and iron, so they won't be sun bleached.
And what are they attached to?
The deck, but the deck isn't as bad
Big
as the
dog.
ballast.
All right. Well, all right.
Allow me to throw you this here 50 feet of rope that I have.
All right.
Turning to Rolf from the Muppets.
Okay, the rest of you all clamber up on board.
Yeah, sure.
All
Now,
right, so you,
Mr. Pizza, when you're tying this off, don't put a turkey on your head.
I don't make any promises.
So you all climb up, and as I said, you see skeletons again. It looks like, as I said, they've been dropped from a great height. A lot of them have rags that look like they were once wearing uniforms of black leather with yellow piping.
Any magical items or anything?
Make an investigation check. You invest
19.
19. All right. You look around. You can't see anything on the deck exactly, but like I said, you also notice the glittering in the crow's nest, and you also look and you realise that the doors, as I said, a lot of them are old and rusted, but the door to the captain's chambers particularly looks like it's still serviceable. And in fact, as you investigate it, you get the sense that once it had rusted, even though it was rusting over, the rust on the hinges is cracked regularly, as if somebody is still occasionally using that door.
Might I have a look at these here bones? Are they in full skeletons, or are they sort of like just a pile of bones?
No, it's like something's eaten them.
So there's markings on these here bones suggesting that something's like a bird or something's picking away.
Make an investigation check.
4 plus investigation. 0. 4. I can't tell.
Just bones.
You see, these bones used to be in somebody, is my theory.
Everybody, just poke down a second.
Mr. Pizza's halfway up the mast at this point.
I did say I was going to go
Yeah.
off the mast.
But we're all together because we're climbing
The
up,
three of
obviously.
you are, but no, Mr. Pizza's going up the mast by himself.
There's potentially somebody in that
Or somewhere at the top.
cabin. No, that's Mr. Pizza.
No, up the top of the crow's nest. There's something glistening up there. That could be a...
Yeah, I'm saying
No,
a
that's
person.
Mr. Pizza.
Unless it's a very small, glowing, glinting person, a shiny person up the top there.
Climbing up a big piece of wood.
But there might be someone in the captain's quarters
to
there.
find something good.
Is it so?
Stop climbing.
I've got an axe of sorts. Do you want me to cut down this crow's nest? Is that gonna help? No, I don't.
I'm just saying we should be quiet because
You're all being so efficient for a second.
Climbing up the mast, my eyes on the
Congratulations.
ball. I hope no one catches this mast or I fall.
Okay, you make your way up and you just realize that something in the crow's nest has lined it with scraps of cloth, old twigs, driftwood, more bones, and they've made a nest.
Oh.
Why did you get so
I knew
excited
it
about
was some sort
driftwood?
of
Just, I
bird.
thought that was my prize.
No. But it's and laden through that nest are lots of what looks like shiny glass, beads, bits of chain, things that sparkle in the sun.
Oh.
You can make an investigation check to
Yeah, I
sort
want
through
to. I'll
it.
make an investigation.
oh, what do you see up there?
There's like beads and there's shiny things. It's a crow's nest, but there's a nest in there as well.
Wait,
Maybe slide on down before you get attacked.
are you saying it's like a nest full of shiny golden things?
Yes.
That might be a dragon.
Why?
That's
Yeah, on
no,
the
he's-
island called Dragon.
And he's not talking about the nest itself. He's saying it might be a dragon's nest, not that the nest.
that might be its hoard and its nest.
Do you want me to come down?
I wouldn't get in between a dragon and its hoard.
Now, are
Can
you?
I have a look?
I mean, at your peril, can we see anything flying? It's like, can we look around
Oh,
the
great! Yeah, make a
sky?
perception check. Everyone can make a perception check. You can make one with
That's a
advantage.
1.
That's a 3.
That's a 2. Oh my god. 2, 3.
Oh,
We all
well.
clonk each other.
That's a
heads
13.
against each other.
It's a 13
Empty skulls.
and a 17.
You are looking around trying to see if you can hear like a dragon or anything, and as you all listen, because you're all been quiet for a second, you hear the waves, and then you suddenly point in a direction, and as you do, you hear coming from that direction, because you'd seen a flicker of movement as if it was something that was a long way away, avian sounding screech.
Okay, and then I
Not
grab.
draconic, avian.
Okay. Oh.
An eagle.
We're doing some fantasy bird watching now.
Can you find bird better than dragon?
I don't know.
So do you want to look and see if you can find something more than just the cheap glass?
Yeah,
and chain?
I want to
Make
look
an
through
investigation
You're
check.
gonna
Yes.
Tell me one
dead.
treasure. Tell me one treasure. She
a
wants
3.
some treasure. She
You-
don't find some
you-
treasure.
You do your best not to unsettle it, but you can't help but feel that you're tearing the nest apart, and that anyone who knows about this nest is going to notice. Mostly,
I'm gonna ready myself, Dave. If that's okay.
excuse me.
I'm gonna ready myself.
It's like when you laid hands on yourself.
It's just lubing
And
up.
where you just hear a zip.
So no, you don't
Taking
find.
a small pill.
You
and,
find, unfortunately, all you find is about 10 gold coins and 1 bloodstone. Not even a bloodstone, sorry, no, an old gold hoop earring.
What?
Yeah. Doesn't look magical.
Okay,
looks
well,
gold.
I put it in.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have PSTs already or not?
No. Yeah. That's now any earringed people who found some really pretty earrings and their ear holes had closed up before they put them in will know the pain of just grabbing your ear and going, "Ah!" which I've done before.
I'm not going to remember this, but I would like you, because you take the game seriously, to remember to roll for infection next week, okay?
Okay, I will. I
All right.
promise you.
You have a gold earring and you have
You
10.
won't remember that.
You have 10
I'm
gold.
gonna remember it.
You have 10
She
gold
remembers
coins.
grody stuff like
Yeah.
that.
you look like a pirate up there.
Yar.
What are the other 3 of you doing?
So,
Slide
I'm
down.
ready.
so basically, the boat is like boat way up, right?
Yeah, but 45 degrees on the side.
Right. Oh,
Because
got
it crashed into the reef and then it started to fall until the reef stopped falling more.
So how did the nest stay?
The nest was jutted 45 degrees. In fact, if you dropped down now, you wouldn't land on the deck, you would land on the exposed reef.
I'm not dropping. I'm
No, I'm
scurrying
not.
down.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, you're now over an island of old petrified dragon ribs.
Okay.
That is the basis of the reef.
Well, I'm gonna like.
This is
as-
clearly an old dragon died here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as that's happening, I'm gonna while they're doing this stuff, I'm kind of walking down the.
All right, plop, 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 plop.
I'm
So
gonna
it's
go
like
over.
this.
I'm gonna go over quietly
exactly right.
next to that door and just see if I can.
Give a push.
Yeah. Well, I'm. Yeah. Let's go. I want to go in there.
Weapons are the ready.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so Wet Weller Wet walks in and
I get
pushes
used to that name.
pushes the door.
You don't have to.
That's
As
right.
it's a heavy wooden door, the hinges keep trying to rust in the water. They're big and old and stiff. So make for me a DC 10 strength check.
10. What does that look like?
Just got to beat a 10.
DC 10 just means
Oh.
it's a D20. But you have to pick
Sometimes I tell you what you're.
Oh,
Well
on the
done.
money.
I usually do the music.
All right. The door crashes open, and you can see a room that was probably once luxurious, but is now half collapsed and waterlogged. It is done up in a Etruscan style of like a room in a villa that somebody at great expense has made as a captain's room on board a ship, but all of the old velvet is waterlogged, the wood is crumbling. Their polished wood desk still holds a beautiful ornate compass set that's built into the center of it, but then the bed is now just stinks of sea and surf. There's a huge...
And turf.
And a little bit of turf, because he liked to eat in bed. There's a hole in front of the bed, as well as if something heavy has crashed through the rotten wood, and you see something glinting that you might be able to reach inside the hole.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
All right, as soon as you walk towards it, you hear a groan and you spin around for me. Quickly make for me a dexterity save.
Oh,
It's a natural 20.
baby.
And you duck back out because it's two zombies who were standing motionless, content to just stand there until somebody interrupted them. Just like in the video game Project Zomboid.
Yes, very good.
Very good.
On you.
Burst into life and start slowly lurching towards you. Black and yellow rotting uniforms still on their ribs.
Like a bumblebee.
Because of your save, it means...
Fucking bumblebee.
Just like a beautiful bumblebee.
Fucking bumblebee, David.
Stop saying like a bumblebee. It's nothing like a bumblebee.
Oh, do you think there'll be honey in here?
They're scary zombies. They are scary zombies. They're not dressed like bumblebees. Don't draw that.
How much are they buzzing, Dave?
Careful, man. The queen might be around.
Oh, watch out for the lava.
They're
Ready for
uniforms.
babies.
Their
Look out
uniforms.
for the stingers.
No. It's just their uniforms are black and yellow, and I think that is fair and that is fine.
These uniforms, black and yellow, too, Dave.
Same thing,
Oh,
basically.
fucking.
Except
And-
the blue-banded bee.
You and now you're going to get to go. Well, Luette is going to get to go first because of that natural 20 save.
What's the deal with like moving stuff? Can I kind of like just? I don't want to be close to these dorks. Can I kind of launch myself back and shoot?
So every turn you can move, you can do a bonus action, you can do an action, which is use your attack. Your movement speed is 35 feet, which is faster than most.
Can I move and I can move or do an action?
You can move and do an action.
Oh, sweet. Then I get back.
35 feet races you all the way up to the stairs leading to the aft castle.
I just kind
Is
of
that
get
the
back.
poop
The poop deck, thank you.
I just kind of get out of that room, so I'm just not like.
You
giant
dive
bumblebees, you know?
30 feet back so that now the other dragon friends know empty skulls.
Hang on, is it all or nothing? Do I have to go all the way?
No, but 30 feet is nothing for you. Your bow has a range of 120
Well,
feet.
then I'd love to do that. Thank you very much for the help.
Right, so you go up to the stairs to the poop deck, racing
We're not
to the back.
dragon friends, by the way.
I know,
Yeah,
no,
with the
the
empty skulls.
empty
We're the bee
skulls.
boys.
With the bee boys.
You're the bee boys.
You're the bee boys?
The bumblebee boys.
Oh my god, the Bumblebee Boys. The bee babes, the Bumblebee Boys.
And grinning, a big grin as I get the bow and arrow. So we finally have a good name that I'm going to tell Tarak when I get back.
Yeah.
And I shoot one of them in his stupid fucking head.
Yeah, and that'll hit.
Come with 1, 2.
A fun thing to do for all of us is to, when we roll our attacks, roll the damage dice as well, because you can just tell me.
That's
I
good.
don't know what the damage dice ever is.
But sometimes there's no point rolling anything you don't
5.
get.
Well, that's true. It's wasted energy.
That's a five, yeah.
5 points of damage. The zombie groans and is still very much alive. And the next one up is Bing Chrysler.
I don't think I went in with them. I was readying myself, waiting for this griffin to arrive.
Yeah, so your back is to the zombies, but you are still. So you've got distance. You're about 20 feet away.
Oh, okay. I am going to javelin one of them then.
As the zombie comes out, yeah, you're going to throw a javelin?
Yeah.
Don't forget you have your spells. You're level 2 now.
What's their armor class?
8.
There, that hits.
Or do we have? Are we reset? Did we were in the boat long enough to have a rest and stuff?
You had a rest. A short rest, not a long rest.
It's a 5 damage.
5 points of damage of the same one. It's looking bloodied and hurt. Next one is Hamheart Roast Rider, who also has an action.
I'm going to mace that motherfucker in the head.
Hamheart runs forward to be in the front
That's a 9.
and just manages to hit the zombie, though he almost falls over himself to do it.
And that's hits for 5.
5 points of damage. The zombie is looking very, very hurt as it starts tearing, scrabbling at Hamheart's breastplate, trying to pull at the straps so that it can get to your meaty, meaty dwarven heart. Is that? It's fine to say. You
Get
can,
away
that's
from
okay.
me.
you can say that.
That's my meat. That's my meat for me.
Well, let's see. Let's see how it goes. And it stabs, scrabbling at you and it rolls an 18. What's your armor class?
18, babe.
You're fine. You're okay. It didn't beat your armor class. The other zombie, however, comes out and rolls that's a 7. Not enough either. Hamheart is tanking the 2 zombies successfully, and Wetwell, you get a chance for a second action.
Oh yeah, it's time to bring that bow that I still got, and See, look at this.
Why not a python?
Alright,
11 will hit.
11, and that's a fucking 8 plus 3.
11 points of damage. An arrow thonks into the side of the skull of the zombie, which shatters like old driftwood, and it dies. The other zombie keeps dragging forward, trying to get at the juicy dwarf meat inside juicy dwarf.
Juicy dwarf.
Bing Chrysler.
Why have I not had a turn?
Oh, Mr. Pizza, you spent your first turn scrabbling down the...
Yeah, but you've skipped me twice now.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm in the
Skip me
middle.
twice,
Oh,
shame
you know
on
what I'm
you.
going to let you do? Is a rare super action.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah,
what
you-
not- is that something real?
Yeah, so it's an action.
Still get dice
No,
before.
yeah, it's totally real.
It's an action. It's a normal action that you can do, but you can put a demi twist on it. Just this turn.
All right.
Because I did fuck up.
I reckon that I was scrabbling down the mast.
You only got one action.
Okay. But I was already scrabbling down the mast
Yeah, so
when
you-
this happened, so I'm in the middle. And I'm jumping down, and I'm using my dagger to get into the skull of the zombie, and I'm going to fart while I do it.
Okay, you're gonna use up your super action
Yeah.
to fart while you stab it in a normal
It's going
D&D
to be
way.
bad. Yeah.
Okay,
But would that be
really
a
bad.
super thing because there's heaps of pressure
you're gonna
from
roll
gravity?
twice. Let's make an attack.
Okay.
Like that could explode a skull, right?
It's a 12.
A 12. All right, 12 hits.
Okay.
Oh.
And then what?
And now do your damage.
All right, and that's a D.
Never
What is
waste
it?
a fart.
It's your attacking with your dagger, so it's going to be D4 plus 3.
What? Oh, yeah, okay. D4 plus 3. Okay. So 1.
You get a
Four.
gravity bonus?
No, because she
And
climbed
because
down
I'm
last.
fighting so good,
Yep.
it's like blasting against the ground, and I do 3 more stabs in its skull while I'm
So
sort of
farting
half
gives you
hovering there.
gives
Yeah.
you 3 free attacks.
Because I'm hovering there because it's a crazy fart, and I'm breathing in as well, like circular breathing, and it's
Okay.
blowing out my
Fart in?
asshole.
That's fine, but that will exhaust you.
That's fine.
All right, you will get a level of exhaustion.
Yes, and I've got 3 more stabs.
Yeah, so you get 3 free attacks.
Okay, so that was 4.
This isn't a normal thing you can do. You can only do this
So
because
do
it's
I
a demi
attack
action.
now again here?
I guess you told me it's 3 more
So
times.
is it 20 again?
You've explained how it works.
Okay.
Is Demi the dungeon master now?
All right,
No,
I'll
she's just
roll
doing
three
a super action. Everyone will get one if I make a mistake.
All right.
If I make a mistake, you get a super action.
Is this
I got a
include
15, a 12,
vocabulary?
and a 4.
2 hits.
Two
hits, and then-
do 2 of these.
All right. All right. 2 of these plus what? 4?
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
No, plus 3, sorry.
Fuck.
1 and a 1.
So 2 4s.
12 damage
So
all
it's
up.
12
Yeah,
damage
yeah,
all
12
up.
damage. That's the minimum amount of damage that you could have done with those 3 attacks. And you are exhausted as you do a
Where do I put that?
incredibly
The
upsetting...
wind comes out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to get at one of those balloon pumps and sort of go.
Yeah, you get smaller. Hamheart.
Oh, my turn again?
Yep.
On my ears.
Am I? Yeah, I'm gonna just whack this fool. I'm gonna go 2-handed attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna hit for 12 with the hand axe.
I
Does
think
that
you
hit?
forgot to pick up your mace.
No, I picked it up.
All right, okay. 12 will hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
12 won't hit. No,
12 won't hit?
Like you missed.
Okay, 16 with the 20 with the mace.
Hang on, did you do a 2-handed attack or a 1-handed attack?
2-handed attack. So the mace will only hit
You
for
did 2-weapon attack.
2-weapon attack.
Okay, yep.
So that'll only hit for 3.
3 points of damage. Great. All right, it's looking very, very hurt. And the next one up is the zombie, which continues to tear at you, making slam attacks. 22 will hit you. You take d6 plus 1 damage, which is 4 points of damage. You're probably fine. And the next is our good friend Wetwell Lowett.
It's bow time. 3. Oh, hang on.
Oh!
What was that?
That was a natural 20.
Fuck. Oh, I'll do it again. I didn't see it. I forgot. I thought the new rule was you gotta roll 2.
It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, I know.
Ruined it.
I ruined it. 9 plus 3.
9 plus 3 is a miss.
So,
He legit rolled a natural 20.
no, well, you know, sometimes you just make mistakes.
You know what? You did drop it, and you accepted that, and I respect you for it. And
That means Dave can do a super turn.
yeah. Oh, great! I killed Demi.
Oh, why are you so mad at me tonight?
Bing, what do you want? Oh, it's fun to call him Bing.
Michael Bing.
I think Ben does that sometimes.
Bing.
Hingy bingy bing boo.
No,
that kind of thing.
Alex
waffles.
calls you Bing Bong.
Bing bong, yeah.
But didn't he call you Mikey Hing Hong?
Mucky
Mike-
That was it for a
Yes.
We were playing poker yesterday, and he discovered that every time it came down to him again, he'd be like, "I'm the little blind baby."
bit. Oh God. That was
fucking
awful.
sucked.
What's that about?
It was there's the little blind in poker, and then there's the big blind, and he was going like,
sure.
"Oh, my little blind baby."
Nice.
Absolutely devastating.
Really
awful stuff.
awful.
I am going to. I've got 3 javelins. I've used one. I'll use another one now. That is a natural 20.
That hits.
That
Don't
hits.
roll it again. Just
So what's that? Oh, it's a 1 plus 3 is 4. Does it double damage? Is that how it works?
So you roll 2 damage dice instead of 1.
Okay, right. Well, that's
Is that for a critical
4, and that's.
There was a natural
5.
20, right?
Yeah. So that's.
I knew about
Isn't that 5 plus 3?
Yeah, so you
6
roll double your damage
plus
dice, double the
6,
bonus.
So 12 damage. All.
12 points of damage, and that means that the zombie collapses, crawling to the ground. The other zombie that you had already killed, however, is still fighting, wriggling as it pulls itself
You said
up.
he was killed.
Yeah, it collapsed down, but it's
Yeah,
still
you gotta
fighting.
get the brain. That's why I was stabbing mine in the head.
Yeah,
zombie.
as it keeps.
That's the one.
What?
That's the one Dave's talking about.
No. Your one is
no.
dead. The other one
You
isn't
killed
dead.
it, so I went for the other one and stabbed it in the brain.
Oh, right.
So, Mr. Pizza, you're up for a normal action, and you're
Okay.
exhausted.
And which means I have a disadvantage?
Oh, not in combat. In any time you're rolling outside of combat, you have disadvantage.
Oh, okay, so I'm fine right now.
You're fine.
So I'm going for the other zombie. How far away am I?
You are now right in front of it. You stabbed it 4 times last turn.
Alright, I'm gonna stomp as hard as I fucking can on its head.
Okay, great.
So what? D20 for what? Strength or acrobatics or what?
Just make a normal attack with your strength, so
Okay.
+1.
19.
20, that hits. Yep, so
Okay.
you stomp its head. Do for me. You're just doing a strength attack, is that right?
I think so.
That's 1 point of damage. All right.
What?
Well, you're not very strong, but you are aiming for the head?
Oh yeah, I'm like jumping on its head
Yeah,
with
okay.
all of my weight.
Mr. Pizza jumps forward, jumps on its head, and there is a wet sound as the head smacks open like a watermelon that's been left in the sun for too long, and the zombie shudders and stands still, and the wood of the captain's quarters cracks as you realize how fragile it is, but there's a deep crack, but it doesn't shatter.
Okay. So they both dead now?
They're both dead. Congratulations.
Oh, thank God.
You have access now to the captain's cabin.
I'm going to retrieve my javelins.
All right,
They don't have anything, these zombies, do they? They're just rags.
you retrieve your javelins. One of them is cracked, unfortunately, so you have 2 javelins now.
What?
I'd like to go and check what that shiny thing was that I almost got killed for.
I just
Okay.
did an investigation check as well for 9.
You did do an investigation check for 19. All right, so you're going to investigate the cabin.
But he can go first because he said I just pressed the button.
No. You're all right. You
Make,
mixed it out.
you make an investigation check for me as well, Tom.
Okie dokie. 15.
15. All right, you both rolled well enough to investigate. So I want to ask, what, did you investigate the hole? Did you investigate the bookcase? Did you investigate the table with the compass set? And you can pick second, Simon.
This is nice. This is nice. Let's do the compass thing.
All right, you look at the compass set and you realize that because they're old brass screws, they're not affected by the rust and the surf, and there is a beautiful Etruscan compass set that would probably fetch a good price at to an appropriate buyer.
I scoop it up and I put it in my little bag.
Using a little knife, you undo the screws and you pull it out. You have a beautiful old compass set, which is
Much like a new compass, I imagine.
it's worth. It also has a complete. It has a complete set of cartographer's tools as well. It's worth 25 gold coins.
Cool.
So you,
Map maker, make me a map.
so you can write that down as money. It's 25 gold piece, but you'd have to, if you were selling it to someone,
really good,
they
Simon.
can't break it down for you. So it's only worth 25 gold coins.
Cool. Bob, look at this fucking fool using a pacer with lead poked out that much.
That's
What a
crazy,
fucking
bro.
motherfucker. That's nuts.
Oh, no, I was having a good day. I got 25 gold coins.
Yeah. I'm gonna write this long.
Do you want to look at the hole or do you want to look at the bookcase?
I'm gonna look at the hole to sort of see if I can work out sort of what the damage, how the damage happened, and
Yeah,
if there's
awesome.
any clues. Yeah.
All right, so you rolled 19. So you look down and you can see underneath the hole is what looks like a second level of the ship with damp wood boards. Here the water is starting to rise through. Everything looks old and moldy. And directly under the hole is a hole as well, as if something has crashed right through. And in the dark, that glint that you saw, Tom, is that somewhere deep below there looks like a big heavy metal thing that has fallen through 2 stories of the ship and landed deep inside the water.
Ooh.
For some reason, this squishy ship is really grossing me
I'm
out.
trying to make it quite.
It's like really,
It's spongy.
the sponginess of it.
It's
like
really spongy.
Because like also zombies kind of seem spongy, and it's like it's yucking me.
Glad you're picking up the awful thing I'm putting down.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Well, you guys can still investigate if you want. Someone can look at the bookcase.
You want to look at it?
I'll look at the book.
Look at the book.
You know, unless you want to.
No, I looked at my nest.
That's a 14 plus investigation plus 0 is 14.
All right. Everything seems to sort of fall apart as you pull stuff out of it. Whatever old scrolls and cases and books here are old and water damaged to beyond usefulness. However, there are still
Nerds.
trapdoors leading down below. There's the hole, obviously, in front of you. There is the poop deck, the forecastle, the rest of the ship around you. As you hear another screech from far away, whatever bird creature, it's still a whiles away yet.
Dwarves have. Can I see down? I can't see down. It's just
Well, as I said,
darkness.
the hole on the second floor, on the floor below you, is like a pool because there's water right there.
So the glint is underwater.
Underwater, yeah. But there are old crates around nearby. If somebody was to delicately lower themselves from the hole, you could jump to the side of the hole, you could clamber down some crates and get to that lower level.
I think I'm going to go for a swim and see what this is.
Be careful.
I'm going to eat me waterweed.
Grindleweed.
Maybe it's a good
Alright.
idea if I come with you too. I have the waterweed, maybe some backup.
Do you guys mind just keeping watch up
I
here?
guess
I'm
Mr.
the-
Pincher and I will. Sorry, excuse me.
No, we will look out.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I
go
didn't mean to be
before
talking.
me.
No,
This
you I didn't realize you were talking. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
just
No, that's
to-
your-
just to-
no, that's on.
just be
That's
clear.
on me. I'd
And
like
it's
to
all right,
apologize for
sometimes
that.
I'm gonna be a little
I was
bit
just.
loud.
And we're looking up.
All right, so the two of you take some Grindleweed.
Yeah.
All right, you dive.
Before I dive in.
Yeah, you dive like an athlete. You're jerkin and clothes spread out majestically.
Yeah, you do that before you run because then your brain is on the match.
Some people think you should give it up for the World Cup.
As a sea elf, accustomed as you are to water and to land, you're a natural swimmer and you enjoy being in the water again. As like a little lead bullet sinks immediately with a huge whoosh, the feeling of Hamheart Roast Rider as he just thunk, goes down like a dead weight, breathing fine but wearing full plate armor as you go clunk and land down, going 2 levels down. Is that right?
All the way to the bottom, I
You
guess.
got that Metal Hat Mario theme playing when he gets there?
Clang.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Metal Hat Mario?
Did you ever find that when he breathes in from a big bubble and he makes that breathe-in noise?
Yeah.
It was quite
Yeah.
upsetting.
Very upsetting.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch him drown? Because that was much more upsetting.
But the knowledge of the drowning was made worse by the breathes that happened
The
before.
breeds before that because
Yeah.
you're like, he was in pain.
He doesn't like it. He let him out. He's not having a good time.
Let him out. Don't make him do this.
Mario likes every level, but he hates the water levels. That's my theory.
He does hate the fucking water levels, but you know when you let him stand still for long enough, he'll be like, "I'm tired," and then he gets to sit down.
Yeah, all right, that's fair enough.
Did you give him a little rest in
Yeah, I
between
did
the levels?
sometimes. He sits down and a little bubble of snot comes out of his nose. It's nice.
Now you can see in dark vision because you have dark vision as well. Both of you do, and this is good because it is pitch dark now. You're swimming down leisurely towards. Are you going to go through the second hole? And
Yeah,
you
I'm
both
following you.
you've both splashed into the water, didn't you? So you look down and now you can see in front of you is a giant captain's chest bound in steel and old waterproofed wooden oaken log planks. Very waterproof, very like not actually looking rusted at all, sitting on the refuse of 2 decks that it has crashed through, and just tantalizing because you a big heavy lock sitting on its peak with no key inside it.
Can I jimmy it open with my hand axe?
This is this bubbly pancake.
No, but this is it's strength. This is not.
So I said
hitting
it
the lock.
doesn't look damaged. It looks very much like it is. It's not rusted and destroyed like everything else. You can try. It's
Yeah.
just going to be a difficult roll.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have any other options.
All right, make for me. Are you trying to jimmy it? That's dexterity.
Okay. Boop.
Now you have a knife. I'll let you use rather than the hand axe.
I don't have a knife.
I don't think you have a dagger, but I think you have a knife.
Oh, okay. Should I do that? So dexterity. Is that sleight of hand?
Just to make a dexterity check. Oh, make a sleight of hand check. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it's the same. It is -1.
All right.
It is 7.
All right. So you start jimmying at that as you slowly, leisurely swim down. Make a perception check as you're going down.
10 plus 3, 13.
All right, 13. And you don't see anything necessarily out of the ordinary. It's difficult to see. It's low light. It's dim, very dim for even you guys with dark vision. And you are working so carefully on the lock, you start feeling like you can feel the tumblers inside the lock as they seem to disengage one by one. Click, click. You've never done this before, but you feel like you're succeeding, and you're getting closer and closer as you get your eyes as close as you can. Thankful that the grindleweed means that you can really focus on this task, and as you do this, old clammy hands out of nowhere suddenly arrive around your neck and face, and you see an old clammy figure of a sea ghoul.
It's a clam.
I was trying not to interrupt.
Creeping out as it grabs you by the hand and neck and pulls you into the darkness. Sand is kicked up, and for a second you're blinded by all of it as it seems like Roast Rider disappears, and you take 6 hit points of damage, Roast Rider.
From a clammy hand.
Yeah, from a well-rolling clammy hand. As meanwhile, upstairs, a conversation is happening.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt. Because sometimes
I'm just, it's something I'm trying to work on.
Want to let me
Is
speaking over
'cause,
anybody.
yeah, well, I find it rude sometimes.
He's gone.
Oh.
Oh no.
Make a perception checks for me, both of you.
13
2.
plus 2, so that's 15.
3. I got.
But I have to roll with
Yeah, with disadvantage, that's correct.
7 plus 2.
All right, as both of you continue to argue, completely oblivious to anything that is happening above or below, as we go into combat downstairs, and it looks like you guys are not going to be getting any help, I'm afraid to say, as the ghoul is just tearing into you, Hamheart. Wet, well, or wet, you're blinded, you know that something's going on, but you can't see. What do you want to
I
do?
can't see absolutely anything. Can I see anything behind me, or is it just sand?
Sand has been kicked up. If you try to escape, you don't even know where the hole is anymore.
Oh god! All right, I just grab this amulet that's around my neck and try and activate it if there's a. Oh no, we already went through this. I said a line and nothing happened.
No, you haven't tried to activate the
Okay, no,
amulet.
I would like to activate it.
Okay, you activate the amulet?
Yeah.
All right, you glow, and suddenly you feel like your relationship to the sand, to the water has changed, that you can move yourself in any directions because it is an amulet of free action, which means that you can't be restrained, you can't be grappled, and you can move through difficult terrain as if it was nothing. Congratulations. What do you want to do with the rest of your action? That's your bonus action.
Oh well, I can't see anything, so I'm going to try and just wave the sand out of my face and kind of move through in the direction that I think.
It's very exhausting. Make a Constitution check.
Yeah. 12 plus.
Constitution is 14. You start kicking, and you get closer. You manage to get closer until you see shadowy shapes in front of you of the ghoul fighting with Hamheart. However, they are just out of reach for now as the ghoul attacks you again, Hamheart, and tries to bite you this time. 16. I
haven't had anything to do in between.
That was the bonus attack. This is now we're going into attack, and it rolled higher than you for initiative. So 16 will miss, I assume. But it's also trying to claw you, which also misses, so you're okay. Bing Chrysler is talking, and Hamheart, you're up next.
Here's a question.
You're down to 10 hit points, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
We're just out of the fight.
For now,
We're just not in
we're going to come back to you.
Okay.
You're going to get a chance.
Classic dragon.
You're going to get a chance to roll a perception check every turn to notice anything is going on
Okay.
below, but you failed. You both failed.
But you just said that he was talking, so shouldn't he have rolled a perception check just then?
We'll put it all together.
Wait. Now you guys, I'm going to get you guys both to roll on your
Okay.
turn.
Can I speak underwater with this magical weed?
You can't. 'Cause you don't have.
Hell yeah,
if you
brother.
were wearing anyone that was wearing the amulet can, but you can't.
But I can't speak a word for a spell.
Not all your spells are verbal. If it doesn't have a V on it, they're non-verbal spells. Dungeons and Dragons has thought of everything.
Motherfucker.
So you need spells that have only somatic or material components, not verbal.
Yeah, they're all verbal. Okay, but I can't go like.
No, you can't cast a spell if you can't talk.
But I can go.
Oh, yeah,
But
you
like,
can
what
do
is
that.
talking?
But that
You know?
does that still work
When
or doesn't
you're
work?
Talking, right?
Yeah.
Underwater, and you go to talk and it goes raw, 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 raw.
Yeah.
That's the water affecting your voice.
Yeah, but if a
Pitching
god
away.
is watching you, they're like,
Yeah.
what? I don't fucking. What do you want
But
from
the
me?
god
there-
speaks like old languages.
No,
I
what I
think
That's
want to
not
know
fucking-
is,
Yeah.
is there a because it's affecting your voice. Okay, so imagine, for example, you have a voice box that changes your voice, right? Could you then pitch your voice at a level that the voice box would sound normal.
Well, so this is something I used to do with my little sister. Is that we go underwater in the pool and like say something to each other and
Trying to be understood?
Trying to be understood.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will let you do this. I will let you do a dexterity check. But it is going to be with
Dexterity?
disadvantage, DC 15. If you can make it, you can cast a spell this turn.
I might just use my physical strength. I guess that's probably a
If
safe
you
option.
fail, I will let you still have an action.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna do command.
Okay?
So I got to do 15 first.
Oh, so you have to be understood by the ghoul as well in that case. No, but that's fine. It's the same roll.
Okay.
It's a 1.
Your tongue.
You start to drown. Unfortunately, you get a mouthful of water and it loses your action. You start to choke yourself, and that's your entire action.
Bums.
Because you rolled a critical fail. Next one up is Mr. Pete, who's having a conversation.
Okay.
Alright, we're doing our.
Are we doing our perception here?
Well, we can hear a bit of the conversation.
Oh, do you want to hear some of the conversation?
I've been trying to say to
I
you.
don't want to be
that-
fucking rude.
I'm
that a
not
17?
saying you were being rude. That was
From the distance with a 17, you suddenly hear.
a 20.
17 and 20, you both suddenly hear from underneath.
I think we should tend to that.
Well, maybe they're like fucking and choking each other, and that's why he's goggling.
Are you fucking and choking each other?
You don't hear a response, just the lapping of the waves.
I don't want to be rude to them, you see. There.
Well, I don't want to be
Predisposed.
rude to you, so I think you should speak first.
No, Dave, let's go check on them.
I think we need to check
Alright,
in
you
on
guys are going to swim in, make athletics checks for me, both of you.
We
Okay.
can't.
You're not nearly as good at swimming as them, and you are going to start drowning if you stay down there too long.
So what checks are we going to make, Dave?
Both athletics checks for now to swim in.
8 minus 1, so.
Oh, alright.
3.
You roll a 3?
Yeah.
Alright,
Hang on, I have disadvantage.
Is
Alright,
athletics?
so-
Oh, athletics is +5.
plus 5. Oh, yeah,
So
you're
8.
very athletic. Okay.
8 total.
I'm not.
Are you wearing full plate armor?
Yes.
Disadvantage.
That's a 19. So 8 is.
You're actually
8 is my
fine.
lowest.
You dive inside. 8 plus 5 is 13 is the lowest.
No. 3 plus 5 is 8 is the lowest.
Both of you try to get through. You sink down a stone and start to drown and start to panic. And you are so tired. In fact, make a dexterity check for me as well.
What?
Make a dexterity check to see if you can even hit the hole.
5?
And you don't. And Mr. Pizza crashes on the side of the hole, brains themselves, stuns, looks up, panicked, sees the figure of the slowly disappearing Bing Chrysler as you hear zombies groan as more zombies start to wake up on the lower deck. Above all of you, behind you, because it seems that you are also surrounded by zombies. Wet, you are up.
Oh, okay, so if I try and shoot, I mean, I think we went over this once before, but the crossbows don't shoot in the water, do
You don't even have a crossbow, you have a bow. but no.
Well, luckily I can move pretty well down here because of my sweet amulet, so I kind of come over.
Oh, your crossbow works
Oh, cool, why's that?
because you're wearing an amulet of free action.
Oh, nice one. Okay.
Yeah.
dog.
Can I ask if I am I gonna guys? Come on, we're all the same thing. It's because you smashed your head on a hole in the water.
Stupid dog.
Am I gonna have like a much like lower chance of like hitting the hag if I use the crossbow?
So
as
because you are
opposed to-
blind, you are going to have disadvantage in your attacks.
Okay, whatever.
It means you'll roll twice. The lowest one I'll accept.
Okay, no worries. Okay, I'm shooting.
Okay, I'm a class 12.
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna do this. Okay, that's
Okay, well, that's a 3, and that's not even a 20-sided dice, so let's roll this one again. It's a 3 and a 13, right? So the 3 means that you do miss, unfortunately, as it goes wild, and you can use your move action as you get closer and closer and closer until you are close enough to fight next round if you want, while the ghoul continues to just go absolutely trying to bite at Hamheart, which misses, and then tries to claw at Hamheart, which is a critical hit. And that critical hit means that it does 2d4 plus 2 hit.
Parts.
As how many hit points have you got left?
And
All right, 2d4 plus 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8 hit points of damage.
can I do my in-belt divinity? Does that require
When's your
verbal?
action? So, you certainly can. No, you just pull out your holy symbol. You can do it at any moment.
Okay, so channeling divinity doesn't require
No.
Okay.
So, Bing Chrysler, something to remember for your next turn. Bing Chrysler is down. We've already seen Bing Chrysler's turn. Hamheart, you're up.
Okay. Is this thing undead?
Yeah, ghouls are, yeah.
So. So I'm gonna Wait, is Turn Undead going to do something? Is it going to make them want to go away
Make
from
them
me?
flee, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to do Turn Undead.
So you pull out your amulet.
Sorry, how many did I lose just then? From the critical
So you were
attack?
down to 2 hit points.
All right, okay.
So you pull out your amulet, which is a symbol of Moradin, the Forge Father's Great Forge, which is a chip you wear on a chain around your neck. You hold it forward as the ghoul recoils at the symbol of a good aligned deity that is everything anathema to the undead, as it makes a wisdom saving throw, fails it, and starts to try and flee, rending at its own flesh, trying to retreat further back as you hold the amulet. Now it's directional, so if you get attacked from behind, you'll be in trouble, but for now you can just sort of force it back, such as the power of your faith. That is your action. You can move as well if you want.
Well, I will move back to like where the chest is, I guess, which is the open.
You've got your back to the chest. Yeah, great. As you push yourself up against it, and the next one up is Mr. Pizza.
Where am I?
You are standing on the lip of the pool in the on the second level of the ship, the lower decks.
How close am I to a zombie
You just
that I can see?
brained yourself. You can only hear groans all
I
around
can only
you.
hear groans.
Can you see in the dark? Do you have dark vision?
I don't think so. I don't think
Rogues
I do.
don't have.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think I have dark vision.
No, so in that case, you're panicking. You don't know where they are.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to panic,
Yeah.
first of all. And I want to pull out my short bow and just take a shot in the dark.
Make an attack with disadvantage.
Okay.
Shooting in the direction of the groans. 6.
Fuck.
12. 6 plus.
I really think I should have had to do luck.
Plus 5 is not enough, unfortunately. Twang, as it goes wild, as you become very, very scared. Wet. You are now close enough. You can see now that your friend is standing in front of the chest, holding their amulet, as the ghoul is sort of standing, keeping its distance.
How close am I to that ghoul?
It's now managed to get 20 feet away.
Okay. I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to do my double turn now. And can I take 2
if you want.
shots? Cool. So that's the 8. Which
Swimming down in the water as if it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Wet comes down.
It's a 2, so that one.
That one does. One of the shots goes wild, but the second shot will hit. That's 10 plus 5 is 15. That's enough. And you do 8 plus 3 points of 8 plus 3 points of damage is 11 points of damage. As you bloody the ghoul, pinning it against the wood, while Bing Chrysler comes down, hurtling, breathing, swallowing water, having a panic attack as he sort of dives into the water, immediately brains himself on the chest, gets up, spinning himself around, but still very much alive.
I'm gonna try and climb out. Can I climb out?
Just came.
Well, it just feels like I'm not gonna be any help here, so I'm gonna try and climb out.
It's very difficult now because what you've done is you have dived into the submerged deck. You would have to swim up, and you're wearing full plate armor.
That's why I'm trying to climb out.
Ow!
Did you know this?
There's a
He's trying to
hole
climb it.
in the roof. You're inside, and it's underwater.
How far down is it?
You just
How
dived.
deep is the water from the bottom of the...
It's about 15 feet.
Oh,
He's
that's
wearing the wing cap.
very heavy.
What's the?
A tanuki.
You would have to swim up, I guess, or.
Isn't there
an
a...
Asterix reference?
Oh, there's a gash in the side of the ship. You can see it.
But then I'll go... That's out to more water, isn't it?
There's water everywhere at this point.
Not a doctor, everything.
All right, I'll try and swim up. What's my
With disadvantage because you're wearing full plate armor. Make me an athletics check. 19 and a 14.
so 14 plus
Yeah, no,
athletics, it's 5, 19.
That does it. Heroically, impossibly, wearing full plate armor, you crash down in the water, brain yourself in the chest, look around, see your friends in trouble, and then swim back up, gasping, and land on the upper decks next to Mr. Pizza. And if you can imagine a ship crashed on the desiccated bones of what was once a dragon, a mighty beast, felled in the ancient days of yore, here on Stormwreck Island, you would see the wreck of the Compass Rose, scourge of so many doomed pilgrims that have come to find some measure of peace in this place, but have found naught but the claws of the living dead. However, those pilgrims have perhaps saviors, perhaps those that might help them yet, and some of them underwater, being killed by a ghoul, some of them blinded, confused, in a dark lower hold of an old wrecked ship. There is a name for that salvation, and that name is the Empty Skulls.
Brothers.
Until such a time as they can tell Tarek a cooler name that they have. Shaq, if you can give me NDI again. We have. Thank you very much. This has been the Empty Skulls. Until you meet Tarek and you get to be the B-Boys.
Yeah.